Hi everyone, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Christy with Align with Christy. This is going to be a collective reading for all signs for this full moon tomorrow. I just want to get some energies about what kind of energy we're in, what kind of challenges we'll be facing with the full moon, and what our advice is. And then kind of like an overall energy. I'll probably be pulling some runes also for the overall energy, any kind of blocks or challenges, things we should know, and advice. I have a new deck. It's the Arcana of Astrology deck by Claire Goodchild. I got it yesterday, and it's an awesome deck. I may be reading from the book for the description on these cards today, just because they are new to me. I like what they have to say, and it'll add to any intuitive information I pick up from the cards. So what we're going to do is go ahead and shuffle here. The intentions, guides, angels, beings on the side of light and the highest vibration of love and light, please provide us with the collective energy for this full moon in Aries tomorrow. Full moon in Aries 2020. Okay, what kind of energy do we have as a collective? What should we be aware of? Any kind of advice? Thank you for using me as a clear channel for the collective energies. It is full moon in Aries, October 1st. Okay, what is our current energy through the full moon? Let's get a card for that. Current energy, Cancer. What are the blocks? Oops, it's too many. I feel like it's transformation is a block, or just being fearful of transformation, or kind of having... All right. 6th house is the block. Yeah, daily routines. So let's get any advice. They are really wanting to speak today. We have a lot going on. A lot going on. So let's... I feel like it's being open to transformation and putting in the work, showing up for the collective, each individually, the way that we're supposed to, the way that we were brought here into this life for. Everyone showing up the way that they're supposed to. Okay. Mercury. Yeah, communicate. Okay, what's the overall energy? Palace. So the overall vibe is Palace. So let's speak about that a little bit, about the overall energy of Palace. So that brings in intelligence, creativity, wisdom, liberation, diplomacy, zealous, overly critical. So what this card means that it's time to make a plan. Weighing the pros and cons of a situation is going to help you in the long run. The physical act of writing your ideas down brings them to life. This helps us look at the bigger picture. We often think just about our next step, but strategizing further down the line will help ensure our victory. Become a defender of your community. Palace is not a me energy, it is a we energy. Just like we have to look at the bigger picture of a personal situation, we are also part of the bigger picture in society. Your friends and neighbors may have ideas that can be utilized to benefit everybody. So this is an amazing card to have as the overall energy for a collective reading about this full moon. So it's kind of like coming together, thinking of the whole instead of just ourselves. Think about your family, your friends, your community, your neighbors, our country, our world, like just kind of taking a step back from whatever it is that you're zeroed in on and thinking of what your purpose is. Where's your creativity? What can you bring forward to help humanity as a whole? And our current energy is, let's see, Cancer. So that's the overall energy, kind of like what we're looking to achieve is this like coming together, working together, being creative with our movement forward, thinking of others, thinking of ourselves also, but everyone together. And right now the energy that we're sitting in is Cancer, which is like nurturing, the mother aspect. It's protecting, it's receptive, it's insecure, could be moody, grudges, smothering. So kind of, I feel like this is like sitting in our comfort zone, what makes us feel good, and not really wanting to look outside the box, wanting to be in our little cocoon, basically. In this card in the book, it's saying that it's asking us to molt from your shell and be vulnerable in the realm of emotions. It is okay to bring your armor with you in case you need to retreat, but taking those first steps is important to your growth. Self-care is more than just working on your exterior. It takes vulnerability and creativity. The path to tranquility is not a straight line. Sometimes you need to take a few steps to the side and observe your feelings or the feelings of others. Just resist the urge to act on the offensive. Lashing out may feel like self-preservation, but you'll end up hurting the people you care about. So this is asking us to step out of our little comfort zone, worrying about how we're affected by what other people say and situations and stuff like that, and being vulnerable enough and creative enough to consider other people's feelings and viewpoints, their own vulnerabilities and fears as well, and not rushing to act, to react to people, to blame, judge, call names, things like that. And our challenge card is the 6th house. I take this as like daily responsibilities, the grind, routines that we set up for ourselves. So I feel like this is definitely going to be, the challenge is going to be breaking out of our routine, out of our learned habits, our ways that we've always gone about doing things. Disorders, work, the grind, list, change, confidence. So we feel comfortable in our bubbles in the way that we act and react to situations, the way that we want to control situations for our own comfort level, right? So the challenge is to change that, to break out of that, to have the confidence that we can do things a little bit differently in our day-to-day lives. We can come from a different space and have a different perspective. In the book, it says, while the 5th house is all about fun, the 6th house card is a sign that it's time to get back to work. Putting off completing your to-do list just results in a longer list. It's better to get ahead so you don't overwhelm yourself later. Look for ways to streamline or switch up your routine to keep things from getting too stale. The 6th house can also mean that something is going on with your health. If you've been neglecting your body, now is the time to try to reconnect with it. Whether it is changing your way of eating or trying different exercises, this card is a boost in confidence you need. So I feel like the challenge here is breaking out of this cocoon that we've been used to, the way of living. Our advice is the Mercury card. Mercury is the planet of communication. So I think we're getting We're being advised to communicate our wants, our needs, maybe in a different way. Communicate, logic, mental pursuits, intelligence, routine, socializing. I feel like the socializing aspect is huge here. In a conscious way with others. If you have been expecting news or communication about an important issue, it is right around the corner. When you receive it, be sure to logically weigh the pros and cons before sending back your answer. Due diligence is key when Mercury is involved. The theory that we are a product of our thoughts, that we cannot exist without them, but we know that isn't true. A person in a vegetative state exists, but they do not have the capacity to reason or think. Thoughts can be a conscious action. Positive ones lead to a positive attitude. Negative ones lead to a negative attitude. So we're being asked to switch it up a little bit. Be conscious and aware of our thoughts, our actions, our words. Thinking before reacting. Responding instead of reacting to others, to our neighbors, our family, our friends, the community, the world collective as a whole. Because what you think is what you bring into your reality. If you're thinking negatively or thinking within this little bubble and not having a grander vision of what is possible, you will not achieve what is possible if you don't open up your mind. So what it looks like is this full moon is bringing in more of a group mentality, more of a looking out for your neighbors, looking out for your friends, looking out for the community, stepping up and following your dreams. How can you be creative in your environment? How can you serve others and yourself at the same time? How can you help everyone to come together as a whole? How can you think in unity conscious instead of just thinking about yourself and your own well-being and your own ideals? Consider the thoughts, feelings, and stance of other people. There's a lot of division going on in the collective right now, as far as like race, gender, ideas, viewpoints, stuff like that, and it's very separate. But in reality, we're not separate. We all have the same ways. We all have hurts. We all have the way that we were brought up. We all have our fears. We all have our comfort zones. And we need to step out of that box and kind of view everyone as a whole, because whatever you are fearing is a collective energy that other people have tapped into as well. So our thoughts and our worries and our fears and our judgments, they don't solely belong to us. When we feel those things, we're tapping into a collective energy that all of us embody in one way or another. So this full moon will help us. This energy that's being offered to us at this time is the ability to kind of think before we act and to consider the viewpoint of others and to move differently in the community, to move differently in our lives, to bring in a new unity consciousness for all of us. And that's kind of where we're heading. It may look a little rough because this is something that is not easy to do. So have compassion for others as you have compassion for yourself in making the changes that will make your life more harmonious. We're in the beginning stages of that still. So there will be more conflict. There will be more triggered statements by people. There will be more triggered situations by people. Try to remain balanced and grounded when you are triggered by something that someone says, when you're triggered by an idea or a fear of what's to come. Really balance yourself, harmonize yourself within, and respond from a balanced, loving position. So that's what I've got. I hope this helps everyone to stay in a harmonious space through all of this. I wish you all love and lots of light in your life and harmony in your life and peace in your life through all the changes. Don't be afraid to step into your path. Don't be afraid to be the warrior that you came here to be. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.